ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream Saturday. And the reason that I'm half laughing is because I just saw that I haven't put up on screen the vote for tonight's cover video. So I was literally typing as I was listening to the riff play of my song, Unwanted Stranger. I was listening for the end because I think at the end of that video, I don't know whether I talk or something, but I try and time it so that when I pull the jack out of my guitar, then that's when the video ends. But that's a manual thing that I have to do on the screen in order for that to happen. So anyway, I was listening out for that and frantically trying to type to get, because for the poll, I have to type in the name of the song, obviously say vote for tonight's cover video. So yeah, I was doing that, trying to get that all sorted, and then just managed to press the button and then press the other button to stop. And then it all started as if everything was normal, apart from me laughing because of how tight I was cutting it. I was cutting it fine to begin tonight's live stream. But anyway, hello you guys, thank you for joining me in the live chat room. Let's see who's in there tonight. We have Bev, Ginny, Tammy, Charlie, Bev C, Suzanne, Laurie, Julesy, Shawnee, Key, Billy, Paul, Cindy, Bob's in there, Chant of the North as well. So yes, hello guys. The reason that I said Bev C, because we have different Bevs. We've got it's now going through too quickly, but anyway, hello everybody in there, whatever your name is. And we went through I can't remember, we went through a phase of putting letters if there was a particular name that popped up quite a lot. Then we put the name after that, such as, you know, Linda B or Linda C or Linda D or Linda E and F and G and H. There weren't that many Lindas, but yes, something that we went through, but at the moment it's all making sense, hopefully, in the live chat room. I can see that Marcia just popped in there with a donation, and Orlando donated as well before we started. As I always say, you don't have to donate, but thank you for those very early donations. So let me now get up on screen my patrons, because they make this all possible in the first place. So a big hello to you guys. You know who you are at the bottom of the screen. Their names go across the live streams on a Tuesday and a Saturday throughout the whole live stream. So thank you guys for all of your support over on patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus. And there's a link if you want that. Let's get rid of that. So yes, we are now at 308,000 subscribers, which is great. Things have been moving along quite quickly recently on the channel, which is great. And let me see if we can get this thing up on screen. And now I can't hear anything in the background, but there used to be people screaming and cheering and all that kind of thing, but then I turned it down. But maybe I've turned it down so far that I can't hear it, but maybe you guys can hear it. But as long as you can hear my voice over the top, that was the main point of me turning it all down in the first place. But 308,000 subscribers. Thank you guys for hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell. You will want to do that in order to get notified for all the videos on the channel. But that is it, 308,000. And I'm trying to think of when we hit 307,000. Was that on Tuesday? It might have been Tuesday. I don't know whether it's gone up. Well, let me see. Now people are cheering, I think, and I'll get rid of it so that people stop cheering and the number disappears. But anyway, yeah, I can't remember if it was on Tuesday that we hit 307,000. But yeah, it's gone in a blink of an eye. So thank you guys for watching, interacting with the videos, commenting as well, all that cool stuff. And we have, thankfully, at the top of the live chat room, the vote. I'm just going to mention that, get it out the way, that tonight's cover video is between Broken Wings and Silence is Broken, I think. I can only ever see the one that's in the lead, and it is Broken Wings at the moment. So I think it's a bit of a rollover from last time with Silence is Broken. So yeah, a little bit of Damn Yankees. If you want to hear my particular version of that song or Broken Wings, then just vote for whichever one you want. Right, if you can leave a thumbs up as well as you come through the door, that would be much appreciated, because we are aiming for a likes goal of 320 tonight. And again, my memory's not very good with the live streams and things, but I seem to remember maybe last Saturday we didn't hit the likes goal target. So we're going to be attempting to hit that target tonight, which means that we need every single thumbs up that we can get. So as you come through the door, if you could hit that thumbs up, that would be great. And it looks like at the moment we have 165 likes on the likeometer, which is great. So we've made a bit of a start. And what does that mean? We are over halfway so far, but we're going to keep on needing thumbs up, as many as possible, to get us to that target. Like I said last time, we didn't quite reach it, so we will see if we can drum up a few more likes, a few more people in the live chat room. We will see. Right, I said at the beginning that you don't have to donate. Of course, just watching is great. Leaving a comment, introduce yourself into the live chat room. But of course, there are donations that have come through on PayPal and through that super chat window. So thank you guys for those. And for those of you that can't resist donating, I think it's important that you know between 35 and 45% goes to YouTube, and that's through the super chat window. And through PayPal, between 3 and 5% goes to PayPal. So there's a PayPal link in the description below if you guys want to do things that way. But like I said, you don't have to donate. Right, and I can see, having a quick hair update, that my hair is now in desperate need of a cut because it's starting to get in the way of my eyes. And for tonight's particular live stream, it's in front of my right eye. And you can see, if I just turn my head, that's why it's not getting in my left eye, because it's curling nicely out of the way. So sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't happen, and it's just curling on one side. As you can see for tonight for some reason. But anyway, yes, haircut needed. We'll keep on pushing on, and yeah, if you just keep on seeing me remove the hair from my eye, it's just because my hair's too long. Maybe I can have a haircut next week. Just have to get organised. That's my problem. Just organising things, finding time to do things, especially when things are moving along as quickly as they are at the moment on the channel, which is great, and lots of people watching the videos, commenting, emailing, all that kind of stuff. But obviously it takes a little bit more time to keep up with everything. We are okay at the moment though. Everything's still, well, I say it's still on track. I think it's still going to be on track for another video tomorrow night, as always. And then live streams always happen on a Tuesday and a Saturday. And that's at 11 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. If you guys want to get involved, if you're watching this on catch up and you want to catch it live, then that's the time that you have to tune in. So, yeah, just check on Google your time zone, type in time in London, England, and then you'll be able to find what time it is here, and then what time it is where you are should be pretty self-evident if you look at the top of your screen. If you're using a computer or using your phone, the time will be on there. Anyway, let's jump into the donations that have come through. I mentioned Orlando donating $2. Thank you for that. And the message was, catch up crew for me, spike the likes, with lots of thumbs up. So thank you for that, Orlando. And Marsha donated $20. Thank you for that, Marsha. And the message was, thanks for being you, with the guy who's actually a pear with legs. At least it looks like a pear. And he's looking into the mirror. It looks like laughing at himself. So thank you for that. And PR has donated £4.99. Thank you for that. And the message is, I'd love if you could debunk live vocals when artists mime to a pre-recorded alternative vocal, e.g. Celine, Power of Love. I've emailed links. Okay, thank you for that. And yeah, this is something that I do mention on the channel. If anything that I'm looking at has either been, you know, manipulated, as you guys know, with auto-tune, pitch correction, but then going further than that, you know, just lip-syncing to a backing track or lip-syncing to a pre-recorded live vocal, then, of course, I'll let you guys know in that particular video. And that's something that, yeah, I mean, it has been part of the industry for a very long time. And with technology, it's become even more accessible for artists to drop in for particular lines. And this is something that I know that what's her name? It's like Ariana Grande. I think that's her name. I'm pretty sure. But I was thinking maybe I get the pronunciation wrong. But you guys probably know who I mean. That I saw somebody put together a video of maybe 6 or 7 live performances, all on the same tour, where she overdubbed the high note of a particular song, which meant that she would sing the whole song live apart from that one particular high note, which was part of the backing track, so then she didn't have to sing it. And yeah, like I said, it's actually weird to watch it because the high note sounded a little bit different because it's part of the backing track. Obviously the balance and the EQ sounded a little bit different to that live mic sound. So yeah, it was just dropped in for that particular note. And this can be something that you wouldn't have been able to do that back in the day. You'd have to mime along to the whole track or the whole previous take of your vocal. But yeah, now they can just punch in for a particular note or particular vocal passage that they might not want to sing if it is particularly high and they have to belt in chest voice. I have said in other videos about how when you are touring, you have to make sure that you take care of your voice and, not really go for it every single night. But it certainly is an advantage if for a particular note that you usually belt in chest voice, you just pretend to do it, because of course that's really going to save your voice. And yeah, it's something that is accessible now, that people can do that. And with backing tracks and with full live performances now, I mean, you can synchronize them with the backing track, and as long as the drummer's playing to a click track, you've always got that lead vocal to mime along to. If the artist thinks, oh, my voice isn't exactly where I want it to be tonight and I want to have a night off, then they'll just load up, and they won't even have to load it up, they'll just unmute the vocal channel of the backing track so that they then mime along. So yeah, it is something that literally for that one particular note, they'd unmute the vocal track of that song and then mute it again when the live vocal comes in. So yeah, there's lots of stuff that goes on behind the scenes, and yeah, especially with artists who might struggle with particular songs, but especially if they're progressing through their career, and it might be 20, 30, 40 years since they first released a song, then now they can make use of the technology in order to do that. And you can argue as well that the artists who have been around for a long time, why not use the same technology that all of the younger artists are using, and it's a regular thing for them to use, rather than to stress yourself out about having to sing live and always hit the high note. Just have the high note on your backing track. So I know that there are a lot of purists out there that would rather just somebody sing live, and I am one of those people that I think even if you have to take a little bit off your high note, then just do that. But at least you can kind of sing it live rather than just pretending to sing. So I'm kind of in that camp, but this is the thing with technology, it's just whatever you prefer and whatever the artist prefers to do. Some artists just will always sing live, and others will be quite happy just miming songs. So yeah, it's all about kind of what you're into. But anyway, thank you for that, PR. And Marsha has donated $10 as well. Thank you for that, Marsha. And this looks like a guy maybe doing... is he on an exercise ball or something? I'm not sure. It's difficult to tell because my screen that I'm looking at is quite small here, but it looks like it is a guy maybe on an exercise ball, maybe doing a front double bicep pose or something. So thank you for that. And PT has donated 20 Norwegian kroner. Thank you for that. And the message is, after the Pirates' long lost treasure t-shirt. So thank you for that. And yes, the Goonies, this is the Goonies Bike Club USA, as you can see, and it says never say die on it, and it just has a picture of the skull on there, which is in the opening of the movie. But yeah, the Goonies is one of those movies that I am a big fan of, and was a big fan of as a kid. Watched it many, many times, and I probably have seen it an unhealthy amount of times, but it is one of those movies as well, I think, that when I was a kid and if I was off school then The Goonies would be one of those movies that, you know, I'd put on, because especially at the beginning, it's really atmospheric and it's rainy and stuff, and you just want to, you know, stay under your duvet and recover from illness. But it's just one of those movies that I did enjoy watching a lot and still do. So thank you for that, PT. And I am going to jump over into the PayPal window because there have been donations over there. So thank you guys for these. And starting out, I'm just going to make sure that I don't miss anybody out. And it is Catherine who donated £18.40, and that was at 3 a.m. on Thursday morning. So thank you for that, Catherine, with a K. And the message is, really enjoyed your analysis of both the Lennon and Gibbs starting so young. As you said, you can tell they really enjoyed themselves. They weren't forced. Take care. See you Saturday. I tried to make the donation to Wings of Pegasus, but it wouldn't let me. Oh well. Again, see Saturday. Katie, so thank you for that, Katie. And yeah, don't worry, that donation has come through. So yeah, that is all fine. And yeah, as for that analysis video, I mean, just when I think of it, it's just seeing Robin's face and how cheeky he was at that age. Definitely worth a watch if you guys haven't seen that video or haven't seen my analysis video. Yeah, I definitely recommend that, just to look at Robin, just the showmanship side of it. But thank you for that, Katie. And Nicole has donated £16.44. Thank you for that, Nicole. The message is, hello Phil, I heard on the last live stream that you had Norwegian blood, a little Viking blood. I love Scandinavia. Good weekend, hugs and cheers. So thank you for that. And yes, that's on my dad's side of the family. Over in Norway, which was his mother, my grandmother, was, yeah, from there. So we have that link over to Norway, Scandinavia, and yeah, there's a bit of that to me. And I don't know, maybe that could be a really, I don't know, deep or far away link to wanting long hair. Maybe, I don't know. But then again, I would have to kind of braid it or something, which I've never done, and I'm probably never going to do. But anyway, yeah, thank you for that, Nicole. And by the way, that's why my name is spelt with an F. It's not a stage name or anything. It's just my name is spelt with an F. F-I-L-I-P, Philip in full, and just Phil, F-I-L. But anyway, thank you for that, Nicole. And I'm clicking on all the wrong things here. But we are back. Paul has donated $5. Thank you for that, Paul. The message is, wow, 308,000 subscribers, growing faster than ever. Congratulations, Phil, on creating a happy and fun place to hang out. Please spike those likes. All yar. Let's have fun tonight. So thank you for that, Paul. And let me get on to the next one. There has been another donation, and this has come through from Liz, and Liz has donated £5. Thank you for that. The message is, wow, 308,000 subscribers, spike those likes, y'all. Great job, Phil. So thank you for that. And yes, if you guys want to hit that thumbs up, that would be great, to try and reach our target of 320, which means we're looking for, I'm waiting for it to go to the 330, because that's then 90, so it's going to be 91, at least I think it is. So yeah, that's what we're aiming for tonight. There we go, 90 more likes, 90 more people in that live chat room. We are looking, if you can hit that thumbs up, that would be great. If you haven't done that thumbs up so far, we might get a little spike of the lights going on at 24 minutes past 11 and 23 seconds. So thank you for these donations. Like I said, you don't have to donate, but they are very much appreciated and do make a huge difference. But you know, just tuning in is fantastic, especially for these live streams, which is great to interact with you guys in a live setting. We will jump into the next one. Roseanne has donated £5. Thank you for that. And the message is, hi Phil, if you were to invent the Phil guitar, what special feature would it have that other guitars don't have? And so thank you for that, Roseanne. And I'm not sure, I think pretty much every feature has been put on a guitar at some point. But if I was going to try and make like a hybrid of a guitar, having lots of different features, I think I'd have okay, I'd have MIDI capability first of all, and I think it was the Roland GR20, something like that, that I had when I was gigging, and myself and my second guitarist had that one, and it was a little bit hit and miss actually back in those days, because it was early technology to have something that turned a sound signal from your guitar, from the string, into a MIDI signal, but it meant that we could have piano sounds and all that kind of stuff when we were playing live. So yeah, we had that, but sometimes it mistook a one note for another. So like I said, it's a bit hit and miss. But anyway, now it's a lot more reliable. So I'd have MIDI functionality if possible, or it would be possible because I put it on this guitar. So we'd have MIDI functionality, we'd have a sustainer as well. That's something that I really like, but I've never had on any of my guitars. And that's something that means, I think actually Steve Vai used to have this and has it on some of his guitars, but I think I've seen a version of the Gem, which is actually behind the microphone, but I haven't got a sustainer on that. But a version of the Gem that has a sustainer on it. And what happens is, it means that you hit a note, and when you turn the sustainer on, it means that that note will just keep going forever and ever and ever. So it's effectively like feedback. It means that you can, play through phrases and not have to worry about sustain, because you can just hold it on there forever. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of something that I think would be really cool to have. And I mean, I'm trying to think. I mean, there is something actually that you can see that there's like a sustainer that you can buy that's, you actually hold it in your right hand, and it's battery powered, and it sends a vibration through the string, but you have to make sure that it's contacting the string and it vibrates it, which means that it's got constant sustain. Because when you I don't want to get too technical, but when you hit a string with your pick, it's then oscillating, and therefore that's what makes it sound. And if you've ever seen a string vibrate in slow motion, you'll see it wobble kind of up and down. But obviously, as it moves less, the volume then dies out and it goes back to being at a state of rest, which is when it's silent. So if you put effectively a current through that string, it's always vibrating, which means you always get sound, and that's why the sustainer is just constant. It continues. But what I'm talking about isn't like a handheld one. I'm talking about one that is built into the guitar and built into the pickup, so that you can switch on the sustainer and it keeps on going forever. So there we go. MIDI functionality, sustainer, obviously Floyd Rose bridge, I have that on there. What about having tuning capabilities like a Variax guitar, which is something that, say for example, you want to play in a different tuning, you can turn a switch on the guitar. This is Line 6 that make this, by the way, and I've never played one, but I really like the idea of playing one, or at least kind of having a go with one, seeing what it's all about. But you can change on the guitar the tuning that you want to have from your strings without changing the tuning on your strings. So that's a Variax guitar. So as I said, I'm kind of doing a Frankenstein of a guitar here. So I'd have that capability as well. I'm just putting everything into one guitar. But there you go. I think pretty much, obviously I'd have probably, I don't know, maybe one, possibly two single coils and a third humbucker on there. Yeah, I'd probably have the humbucker in the bridge position, and then in the middle and neck positions I'd then have the single coil pickups. So that's what I'd have. Trying to think of anything else. I think pretty much that would be it. I'd have because I've got quite small hands, if I'm making my own guitar, I'd have obviously quite a thin neck, not a lot of kind of body behind the fretboard, because sometimes, especially on Fender Strats and the old Fender Strats, you had a fair amount of kind of wood behind the fretboard, which can make it a little bit more challenging to get that, all those fretting positions, but especially to get the thumb over the top. Luckily, I've got quite a long thumb, so it's not too bad, but I'm just thinking about the stretch. So, for me, playing the Gem, is great, because that's, got a really accessible neck because of the lack of, wood behind the fretboard that, means the closer you can get your hand to the fretboard, obviously the better if you've got small hands. So anyway, yeah, in terms of that design, that's probably what I'd have. And I think those would be the main functions that I'd look for if I was just making my own guitar, my own electric guitar. So there you go. Maybe some fancy design on the fretboard as well. The gem's got a fancy design on there, so I don't know what I'd have on there. Maybe like wings and a Pegasus or something. I don't know. But anyway, thank you for that, Roseanne. And I'm just going to jump onto the next one. And Steve has donated £5. Thank you for that, Steve. And the message is, thinking about players like Jeff Beck and Roy Buchanan, how does the position of the controls on the guitar affect the way you play or can play? So thank you for that, Steve. And I mean, this is a little bit related to that last question that we got. So yeah, in terms of how things relate, if players like Jeff Beck and Roy Buchanan, especially Jeff Beck, with the position of his whammy bar, that's something that he would kind of cradle most of the time when he was playing with that whammy bar. So it means that he was playing, picking, but then using the whammy bar and still holding it all the time. And then he'd pick a string with the right hand and then actually go to pitch with the whammy bar. Rather than hitting pitch on the fretboard, he'd start with the pitch on the fretboard and then go down a semitone or a tone and then apply vibrato. So he would always have that in a position where he could grab it. So of course that's a very important thing, to have the whammy bar kind of tightened in that position rather than having to go for it all the time. And this is the thing that sometimes you'll see players with a whammy bar that's kind of just dangling and it's not fully tightened up, and other players will have it tightened in a particular position or angle because that's where they prefer to have it. And that's something that you'll see with Jeff. He always had access to that whammy bar whenever he wanted it. And obviously, if you're talking about fading in volumes, Jeff Beck, Roy Buchanan just had total control on their guitar, and not only from a tone perspective, but fading in notes. And this is all to do with where your volume knob is on the guitar and using generally the little finger of your right hand, and that's what Jeff would use as well, in order to roll the volume off and then roll the volume back on again. It's a really subtle movement, but by doing that, it means that you don't hear the pick on the string, you just hear it come in. It fades in and fades out. So it's a really unique sound, but it's a really soft sound compared to the aggressive nature of picking. It gives it more like a violin sound, a strings sound, because obviously with a violin you can blend that sound in. You don't hear the aggressiveness of a pick on the string. It's just a nice smooth entry to that note if you want it. So it has that effect, and that's why it's a manual thing that you have to do on guitar. You haven't got a bow that you could play your guitar with. So rolling that volume on and off again is really important. Now, if you then think about playing a guitar the other way round, like Jimi Hendrix, for example, it means that now your controls are potentially in different positions, and it's going to be a little bit more difficult to get access to all of these things and these techniques that you might want to employ. And obviously it's all down to each individual player, but certainly the positions of the controls or the knobs on the guitar, tone, same thing. I don't think that a lot of players are constantly adjusting tone as much as volume, because with volume you tend to be able to just roll off a bit of your distortion sound. If you've got distortion on your guitar through your amp, by turning your volume down, you can take the edge off that and it gets cleaner. So then when you kind of open the taps, turn it up to 10 or 11, then you obviously get your full sound coming out the amp. But generally, tone-wise, players will tend to change between their pickups more, and this is giving you that more treble sound, and that's going towards your bridge pickup. You get a brighter sound, and then your neck pickup, all the going fully the other way, is going to now focus on the lower string. So that's what's happening. You then get a more rounded bottom end sound, or you should do, from your neck pickup. So yes, that's something that generally players will do. Not so much messing around with the tone on the guitar, but there might be the occasional player that does that, but tends just to be that combination of volume with going from different, from one to the next pickup, depending on the sound that they want. A brighter sound, or a slightly more mellowed and covered sound. So anyway, thank you for that, Steve. And Tammy has donated £10. Thank you for that, Tammy. The message is, hi Phil, congratulations on hitting 308,000 subscribers. What skills are the most useful in the music industry? So thank you for that. And which skills? I mean, the most skills you can get, probably the better, because then eventually you can do everything that you need to do in the music industry but yourself. But that's obviously a lot of things to focus on. I'd say the most important skill or attribute you need is persistence and passion, and probably just doing a lot and just working hard. I think there are a lot of musicians who love doing the music side of things, which is understandable. But then when it gets down to actually having to do, admin and, working at promoting yourself, getting your music out there, and, getting your music on the internet and all that kind of thing, and, publishing rights, making sure that you've got a handle on all of that stuff, and, copyright law. I mean, there's so much that I think musicians kind of don't want to get involved with. They just want to play. But nowadays you've got to be switched on for every single department of the industry, and that's something that I think needs persistence and just that work ethic to just try and know as much as you can. And it's something that does take a lot of time, but I think that if you've got the passion and the drive to do it, then you don't really see it as work per se. It's just something that you have to keep on pushing forward with, and it's just part of having that drive to do things and become successful and try and get your music out there. Of course, to get your music out there, certainly in my case, had to learn how to do production. Obviously, writing songs and all that kind of stuff is something that you do as a musician, and learning to play an instrument, that's all part of it. But once you've written your songs, then getting them on the internet, which is, making a website and getting your music on a website and making sure you own the publishing rights for your songs before you upload them to the internet, so that people actually have to buy your songs, and then you will get credited with your songs if they are used on the internet, and such as on YouTube, that you'll then get ad revenue if somebody puts it on their channel. So all that kind of stuff, like I said, admin, but you have to make sure that just in case things do go well, that you are in the position to take advantage of that, because there's nothing worse than your song. Say, for example, you've got a song and it goes viral and millions of people watch a particular video that has your song on it, and you don't have the publishing rights to your song because you think, I never thought it would go viral. It means that you're missing out on potential ad revenue that's going to mean that you can do it full time. If it's gone viral and it's getting millions and millions of views, then you would be making a fair amount of money from ad revenue, and people might be downloading your song, and because it's not available on iTunes or Amazon, or even worse, somebody else does make it available and they are taking the revenue for that because you haven't got your publishing rights sorted yet. You've got to make sure that you get everything sorted first before you put it on the internet, before you even put it on streaming sites. Make sure that everything is done, and then you start pushing your music and then trying to get it out there, because you've got to believe that at some point in the future it might become really popular. And when that happens, you want to make sure that you get the money for every single album sale, every single single that is downloaded. So yeah, that's something that I would say admin is a huge part of it, just being prepared, because everyone wants their songs and music to get out there and for them to make it a full-time thing. But in order for that to happen, you've got to make sure that you've got control of everything, just in case everything does go crazy. But anyway, thank you for that, Tammy. And Debbie's donated £10. Thank you for that, Debbie. The message is, hi Phil, congratulations on hitting 308,000 subscribers. I'm so happy for you. Love the early BG's analysis video this week. You're the best. Love, Debbie. So thank you for that, Debbie. And moving on to Elaine, who has donated £7.44. Thank you for that, Elaine. And the message is, since you need a haircut, here's some for the stylist. With a smiley face. So thank you for that, Elaine. And hair cutting is just one of those things that I think it's a good game to get into, because people's hair is constantly growing. And I mean, sometimes it's different for guys, because as you age, you have less hair that is growing. But if you can get into hairdressing, and I guess everybody's hair, unless you're just changing styles, it's going to be a pretty regular income, maybe every, 6 to 8 weeks. I feel like my hair hasn't been cut in probably about 8 weeks plus at the moment. But anyway, thank you for that, Elaine. And Liz has donated £2, so thank you for that, Liz. And the message is, what singer or band that you have never seen live in concert would you like see if they came near London? So thank you for that. And a band that I haven't seen, I'm trying to think, because I might go with, because I did an analysis video recently on Coldplay, I might have to just put that one in there, because I've never seen them live, but their dynamic appreciation live is great. And I think it's something that if you're actually there to appreciate it, it strikes me as a great gig to go to. So that's what I would say. And also the fact that they're a band that I wouldn't necessarily normally go and see, and probably why I haven't seen them live. So they're a band that I'd like to check out. But the problem with me, I mean, even if they were playing near London, for me it's getting the time, because I know that whenever I go out to watch a gig, then it means that the next day I'm going to have to try and catch up with staff. And it's generally, especially when things are busy. I mean, recently I went to see The Warning twice. I got invited down to see them twice, which is great. And watching them, I mean, at that time, I think my channel was kind of okay. It was just going at the normal speed. But recently, in the last week or so, as you guys know, from I think the last live stream on Tuesday, we've now gone up by 1,000 subscribers, which means we get a lot more messages that I have to answer, a lot more admin to get through. So I was fortunate that then things were okay and I could just about keep up. But I think if I was going out and watching gigs and then came back to the amount that's coming through at the moment, then it would be a massive challenge, and I'd probably lose a lot more sleep. But just trying to keep up with everything. So it's finding the time too. But if it kind of calmed down a bit, then maybe I'd go and catch a Coldplay show. But thank you for that. And Lisa has donated £37.20. Thank you for that, Lisa. A very kind donation, and that is a straight up donation over on PayPal. And Karen has donated £3.72. So thank you for that, Karen. And the message is, hi Phil, you started off the live stream with a musical sounding laugh. Just curious if this applies. When was the last time you had a really good laugh, and what really makes you laugh? Thanks for the smiles and the positivity you bring. Cheers, Karen. So thank you for that, Karen. And I'm trying to think. I mean, one thing that did make me laugh a lot, which was a very long time ago, but I remember it, and I probably shouldn't mention it, but it's just one of those things that stands out, that is in my memory of really laughing uncontrollably, was when I was playing golf with my dad, and my dad hit his tee shot, and his tee shot hit the markers for the female tees, because female players tee off closer to the hole, and it hit that and came back at us. So it's like we're diving for cover. and we were both laughing so hard because I don't think I've ever seen somebody or a shot where the drive is almost measured in minus yards because it's coming back at you. So, I mean, just the chances of doing that are so slim that was just hilarious. So I found that really funny. But yeah, that's probably, I think, probably 3 years ago now or something like that. But something that, I can remember laughing, both laughing quite a lot, just trying to get out of the way of the ball. And trying to think of anything else. Sometimes there'll be just a little video that I'll see online, and generally it's just random things, and then sometimes you've seen that particular video and then you can't find the video again. And in this case it was 4 guys, I think they're trying to sing a Bruno Mars song or something, and they're trying not to laugh, but they couldn't not laugh, and it's just really funny watching them, first of all, trying to sing the song but because they couldn't sing it properly, but then trying to laugh and be serious. It's like one of these challenges, I think, that goes round online. You have to try and sing a particular song keeping a straight face, and they couldn't do it. So yeah, I laughed at that, but I generally there'll be little videos that I do laugh at, but then they only last maybe 20 or 30 seconds and then it's kind of gone. So yeah, those are the things that do make me laugh. But yeah, I mean, a lot of things kind of sports related. Sometimes funny things happen. But yeah, that particular day on the golf course was an interesting one. So thank you for that, Karen. And we are we are approaching, almost at 1:45 midnight, but we've gone past 1:45 midnight. So thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up. I can see that we are within 32 likes of having the Phil Jam, which is number 25 tonight. If we do hit that likes goal, we are looking for a few more people to hit that thumbs up. So if you can do that, that would be much appreciated. 30 more people we're looking for in that live chat room. So we'll drum up a few more likes in that live chat room. So we are going to be jumping into probably the cover video. We do tend to do that at about 1:45, maybe a little bit later, at 1:45 midnight here in the UK. So we are closing in on Sunday. Another thing that's just happened or just started is the Women's World Cup, and that's football. And the England women's football team won the European Cup. So now we're going to try and get the World Cup. But I know that the USA are the champions. I'm pretty sure they are the champions of the world. So yeah, maybe, hopefully, we can try and win the World Cup. But there are obviously a lot of other teams who are very good. But the England women's team won tonight. Or I say tonight, it's on early in the morning, which means that I didn't see it because I was busy sleeping because of the times, because it's being held in Australia and New Zealand, I believe. So yeah, some of the matches I can see, the ones that kick off at about 2 a.m, all those kinds of things, I can catch those, and I generally just have them on in the background while I'm doing lots of things. And if I hear lots of cheering, then I'll have a look at the TV, because that usually means there's a goal. But yeah, the England women's team, they won today against, I think it was Haiti, but I'm not sure, or Haiti, I'm not even sure. I think I said it right the first time, but anyway, they had a really young team and it's their first ever World Cup, so yeah, congratulations to them. But actually, I think even though they said that England were going to beat them, we won 1-0, and that was a penalty. And I think that actually the Haiti team were really good. I thought, they've got pace and they had a few passages where they did some really good passing. So I think in the group that England are in, that they might be a challenge for other teams, because certainly England struggled against them. But yeah, I think the USA won 3-0. So they, they had a good start to their World Cup, but a long way to go. So I'll be keeping my eye on that as things progress in the World Cup, being a football fan myself, and also the fact that we're European champions, which is great because England haven't won anything in ages. The last thing the men won was in 1966. So to have something so recent that the women won was a feeling that people in England just weren't used to at all. So yeah, that was great, and the final was at Wembley and everything, and yeah, fantastic. Anyway, we will jump into the cover video for tonight, and let's just end the poll to see where we are at with that. And it looks like it was Broken Wings that had the majority of the vote, 59% of the vote for Broken Wings. So thank you guys for requesting this one tonight, and you guys over on Patreon for requesting particular videos and Unwanted Stranger to open the live stream with tonight, but also the cover videos as well. So we will jump into this one. I hope you guys enjoy. Obviously it's my version of the Mr. Classic, and I'll see you guys after. Rock!
Don't understand why we can't just hold on to each other's hands. This time may be the last, I fear, unless I make it all too clear. I need you so. The book of love will open.
And there we have it. That was my version of Broken Wings, and I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And we have a news flash. We have just hit the target for the Phil Jam, so we will be jumping into that one tonight, a little bit later on, and almost at midnight here. We have, I think, just one picture to take a look at in Picture Corner tonight, so we will jump into that, and then maybe we'll have, I'll tell you what, let me have a look over here to see how long, because we're going to have the Phil Jam number 25, we're going to be, it's 6 minutes and 14 seconds for the Phil Jam. So it's going to be a relatively short one, which means that we have time for either a riff of the week or a Phil tune. So let me know in that live chat room which one of those you want to go for, either a riff of the week or a Phil tune, and I'll keep an eye on that live chat room. You can keep on hitting the thumbs up, by the way. Every single thumbs up really does help the channel to get out there, and just for the live streams to get out there as well, the channel to grow on the whole. So thank you guys for every single thumbs up, and you can do that in the future as well if you're watching on catch up. Hello to you guys, and hitting the thumbs up then still counts. So we will jump into, I can see that we have Liz saying Phil tune, and Ginny says fifth, which might supposed to be riff. Debbie says Phil tune, riff. Linda says Phil tune. Okay, right, it seems to be a bit of a 50-50 for the riff or a Phil tune. So maybe we'll have a Phil tune, because we've had, I think, a few riffs recently. But anyway, let's get into Picture Corner. We'll jump in there, because just one picture to take a look at tonight. And this is Billy, who has sent in this picture. Now, you can see that, I mean, she's got loads of albums going on here. And I think the point of this is to show not only the albums, but it's kind of like a Where's Waldo, which they call it in the USA. We call it here Where's, hang on, what do we call it? Where's Wally? That's what we call it, and yeah, over in the USA it's Where's Waldo. But I did have these books when I was a kid, and you have to try and find the little guy with his stripy jumper on. He had a red and white stripy jumper and stripy hat, from memory. I think he had glasses on as well. So I don't know if it's the same guy over in the USA, but anyway, this is the point, that it's kind of like that, and I think the mug is actually hidden behind the things that I've got up on screen. It's live stream time. You can see that there we have the Wally or Waldo version of myself, and I'm on the mug. So thank you, Billy, for getting your hands on that mug, but also for showing us your record collection. Because I mean, it is vast. We've got, by the looks of things, lots of different styles of music, and yeah, Bing Crosby in there, and it's a little bit small for me to see, but I can see Teddy Wilson as well. So I'm trying to now make it out. At the bottom, I'm trying to see, we've got, is that your dinosaur in the background? And well, this is like, you know, trying to spot, and Charles Lloyd is on the right hand side. But anyway, I need to make this a little bit bigger on my screen. So anyway, yeah, maybe I spoiled it for people trying to find it because it's hidden behind the things that I've got up on screen. But anyway, there we go. Where's Wally or Waldo? I don't know what I'd be referred to as. You'd have to have a name that is a variation of Phil, but in that kind of Waldo or Wally sense. So anyway, oh, I can see that there. Who is? Oh, Desert Deluge just said, find Phil. That will do. So instead of where's Waldo, it's find Phil. So anyway, thank you as well, by the way, Billy, for wearing the Wings of Pegasus t-shirt. I almost didn't mention that because I was looking at all of the albums, but yeah, thank you for that. And Guys, if you want to get your hands on any of the merch, head to the tray underneath this video, if indeed you do have a tray underneath this video, but there's a link in the description below to go through to the spring.com store and you'll be able to find all of the merch there. T-shirts, hoodies, mugs, you name it. So it'll all be there for you. Right, thank you Billy again and Laura for linking me to the pictures for the picture corner that we go to during the live streams. If you want to upload any pictures yourself, if you've got any merchandise, by the way, here you go. Here's a mug. And there we have it. We do mugs as well. So if you want to get your hands on that, just follow the instructions that I just told you how to get your hands on those. Tray underneath this video, link in the description below. To send in any pictures, head over to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group on Facebook. You can join in with that group, upload your picture, and then Laura links me to them, and that's how they get shown on the live streams. So 332 likes, 12 over the goal, which is great. Thanks guys for hitting that thumbs up. It is much appreciated. Let's jump into the fill tune, and I don't know which one has been requested. Let's have a little look down the request list, and right, Orlando says the Italian Job, which is just technically the Italian, not quite exactly the same as the Italian Job, but we've also had, let me have a look down the list. Tammy's says the Pub, which is, yeah, the library one. So it's between those two. I tell you what, we'll jump into the Italian. It's just a 50-50 choice really between those two. I hope you guys enjoy this real life story from my music past, but just from my life in the past. Hope you guys enjoy this, and then we'll have the fill jam after. So I'll see you then. Rock.
That sounds absolutely excellent. We'll get the next train down and meet you at the Fox.
What the heck was that all about?
That was the excellent Italian drummer we were hoping to hear from. He loves our songs and can't wait to meet. He's really keen. We're going to London tonight to meet at the Intrepid Fox. We'll get the train. He said he definitely wants the drummer position in the band.
Ruddy heck, that is awesome. Finally, someone keen enough to meet and get things rolling.
I am amazed at how empty this carriage is. It must be a lucky day.
Yes, this is very rare. Normally I would not know where to look and have somebody sneezing and coughing in my face.
Not to mention, of course, the regulation bum guff released into the airtight carriage, making breathing impossible. I'm actually really looking forward to tonight. I think this guy could be the guy we need. From what I've heard, he really wants to be in the band.
Finally, it seems our luck is changing.
I definitely think this was a fantastic use of my last £15 of the month. I don't mind being skinned if it means we have a decent drummer.
Yes, I'm certain he will appreciate us spending £15 each and taking this 2-hour train journey to meet with him.
Precisely. Imagine if this was all for nothing. Ha ha ha. That would be so funny, I would probably guff my own bum.
Ha ha ha, yes indeed. From what he has said, there is no way this could ever end in a clap to the face.
We must be nearly there, as the people are starting to stare at us less and also the women are becoming more attractive.
Yes, you are correct. Here we are. Remember to try to avoid eye contact with the busker just in case. Here we are. I am so excited. I've been waiting for this day all my life, in a way.
I suggest you keep talk like that to a minimum around here. You sound like a hormone sensual, not a metal rock death voodoo punk of death. Let's go inside. Wowzers. Heck, this place looks a lot more realistic on the outside.
Hey there guys, you are looking for me. I think I want to say, are you Phil?
Yes I am. I recognize that Italian accent. You must be Alessandro.
That is not an Italian accent.
Shut your guff trap, You're breaking the illusion. Right, let's get a proverbial beverage and talk band business.
Sounds good to me.
Well guys, we certainly are having a great luck. And getting on like fantastic chums. I like the vibe we are producing with our verbal interactions.
Can I just say, guys, you are amazing. And I would love to join the band. I'm in this for the big time. Whatever it takes.
It's only been 10 minutes, but I think we all want to move in the same direction and get this show on the road.
We've been searching so long, but finally it has paid off. I think there are some great times ahead.
Oh, do shut up. I'm seriously starting to worry about you. Now, let's talk business. Shall we get a rehearsal booked for say 2 weeks' time?
Well, in 2 weeks I'm heading back to Italy. So, that is not too good for me.
Absolutely no problem. When are you back from Italy? We'll organize it for that week.
Yes, the problem is I'm not sure I'm coming back to England.
Ha ha ha. I hope to heck that you are pulling on my proverbials.
No, I'm serious. It is unlikely I'll be coming back.
Heck. Are you actually demented in the head? How the absolute guff are you going to gig with us when you are in a different country?
Oh yes, I can see that will be a problem. I hope I haven't wasted your time.
Oh no, not at all. We love to travel for 2 hours on the train, spending our money on train tickets and a beer for you, just for you to frig us in the guff, right? Well, we are going to leave now for the 2-hour journey back home. I sincerely do hope you get home safely to your flat just around the corner. Come on, let's get the guffing heck out of this vicinity before I lose my temper and tell him to frigging naff off back to Italy.
It's lucky it's all on film, or else nobody would ever believe this actually happened. Unbelievable.
What an absolute waste of time and money. To top it all, I had to spend my last 30 pence at the Paddington toilets. What a rip-off. I can't believe he spun me that guff about wanting to make it big with us. This is the worst day of my life.
And there we have it. That was another real life story. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. And we are just about ready, I think, to jump into the Phil Jam for tonight, because we have hit our target of 320, which is great. So thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up. And what is it? Number 25. So let's grab the guitar, which we will need, obviously, and it's the gem tonight. That's what is plugged in. And going over to here, we are on number 25. Get that sorted. Right, I've clicked on that. Pause that. And I'm just going to mention as well that there's been a donation in the PayPal window again, so thank you for that. And Carl's donated £5 and says rest in peace to the superb Tony Bennett, so thank you for that. Yes, very sad news recently that Tony has passed away. And in terms of a video on Tony, probably there have been a few requests that have come in. Probably we'll do something next week, have a look at Tony Bennett, and following that sad news and all the requests. So thank you guys for sending those through. So let's jump into this. What is it? It's kind of a moderately long track, maybe 6 minutes and 14 seconds, and it's melodic hard rock backing track in A minor. And this is Dope's Tracks, but it's spelled D-O-P-E-Z, so like Dopez, but Dope's Tracks. That's the channel. So you guys, if you want to have a go along with this yourselves, or if you want to play along now as well, absolutely fine. Get your guitars out, see what happens. But we'll jump into this. As for the levels, we will see. I'll tell you what. Let me get the chair in position. That's something I always forget to do. And almost fell off my chair there. That would have been great. Oh, that's another thing that made me laugh. The question about something that makes you laugh. There's this guy who's saying about... he says... Oh, what does he say? I can't remember what he says, but he says, here's a song. And anyway, he then leans back on his guitar and he kind of falls on his chair, falls over, he smacks into the piano and he kind of gets stuck there. And then his wife comes in and says, oh, what's happened? Have you fallen over? And it's clear that he's fallen over. So, yeah, that was a bit of a viral video. So... that's something that did make me laugh a lot, and I'm sure a lot of you have seen that particular video. But anyway, let's jump into this. As for the levels, let me know if you can hear it and stuff. Not that I can really do much, but we'll jump into it and hopefully I can hear it. That always helps. If I can hear the backing track. Okay, sounds good, sounds a little quiet, sounds good. Yeah, again, some people say it sounds good, and then other people say it's a bit quiet, so I'm just going to have to go with whatever. Yeah, we'll just keep it where it is. Okay, some people are saying a bit louder. Okay, I'm going to try and this is the problem if I try and do things all at once. Maybe like that. I'm going to take off this because sometimes it mutes the strings when I don't want it to. waiting for it to win. And it did. And stop before it cuts out. Oh no, what's happening? Uh-oh. There it is. That is the end. So there we have it. That was tonight's Phil Jam. That was a cool one, even though, yeah, it's difficult to get the levels. Because obviously getting the track and my guitar kind of on this end is difficult, because when I can hear everything and then turning the guitar up, it means that obviously the backing track is a little bit quieter. But I think I was playing the right kind of thing over the top. So thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up and getting us to the Phil Jam for the end of the live stream. If you're watching this in the future on catch up, you can keep on hitting that thumbs up. It really does help this live stream to get that out there a little bit more, but for the channel to grow on the whole as well. So there we have it. I'm going to be here with another video tomorrow night, of course. We're going to be live streaming on Tuesday night again. That's 11 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. So it'll be great to see you guys live. If you can make it, that's where I will be. But we'll see if tonight the live stream software and the feed actually stops when I tell it to stop, because last time it decided it wasn't going to stop and we continued on after we'd finished. We've got a bonus minute or two. So we will be calling it to a close now. And, oh, by the way, there has been a donation from Tortora Porco for $2.79, so thank you for that. And the message was, the train to London often seems to be a bad omen. So it does, unfortunately, especially in Phil Tunes. But thank you for that. And Bill has donated $5, so thank you for that, Bill. And the message is, Phil, how did you not punch that drummer in the face for wasting your time and money? So yeah, thank you for the donation, but I'm not really a violent person or a physical person. I'm just one of these people that just tend to just accept what's happened and then move on and just kind of deal with the emotions that causes. But yeah, it's all about kind of keeping a stiff upper lip and keep on pushing forward and just, I suppose, moving on from people that would hold you back. Just, you know, keep on pushing forward, doing your own thing, and that's what I focus on really. But thank you for that, Bill. So yes, here tomorrow night with another video. So I'll see you guys then. As I always say, try to stay as sane and as safe as possible in this crazy world in which we live. But yeah, have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll catch you guys later. Rock!